I'm here presenting a strategy for an ELL student. The strategy would be for vocabulary and language development. The strategy that I believe will help in the area of mathematics is creating vocabulary cards, because in the field of mathematics, numbers are virtually universal, despite the name of the number. But if a student is sitting at his desk and sees the teacher going after problem on the board, an average student could typically pick up that pattern without having the teacher say anything or use any language form whatsoever. The struggle for that student will be to understand the math terms that come with that problem and come with each step. For instance, if like a student is reading a word problem, that student needs to understand what the word problem is asking and how and what they need to find within the word problem. This strategy is typically used for all students. All students can benefit from this, especially the ELL students, because they will be familiar with the word in English, and on the back side of the vocab card it will have their definition, also the word they can find in their own language, and it will also have an example that goes with the vocab word so that they can get a feel for and they can get an understanding. So next time they see that word, it's a sight word, and they could make a connection between the problem and the actual vocab word and its definition. Students can take a 3x5 note card. In this case, I just took a sheet of computer paper, ripped it a couple times, and made myself a little individual note card. On the front, they will be required to write a vocab word. In this case, the vocab word would be radicand, R-A-D-I-C-A-N-D, radicand. So students will be able to see this, and this will be their vocab word. On the back side, students will need to write the definition. As you can see, it says the expression under the radical sign is the definition of radicand. So we have the actual word itself and the definition on the back side. Now students will need to use an example. So the example would be square root of x plus 2. So this would be their example. And now they would need to write their own note of what a radicand is. So the radicand would be equal x plus 2. So the radicand is x plus 2. They can circle it, they can star it. That would be the radicand. Now, for the students that are English language learners, this would be the way for all students. If the student is an English language learner, they can put the word in their foreign language. For instance, for Spanish, I cannot pronounce this, but radicando would be the term. So not only will the student have the vocab word in English on the front, they will also have the definition, and they can make a connotation, a connection with the example, and then they also have the word in their own language so that they could also make a connection.